Hello, folks. This is Tom Martin. This is my lottery strategy game, Decoding the Powerball guessing game. I'm updating my numbers to the drawing on January 25th, 2023. If you'd like to support my game, Decoding the Powerball, then please go to my Patreon page at www.patreon.com/Decoding the Powerball. Thank you, and please subscribe. Okay, so if you don't know, the object of my game is for you to correctly eliminate groups of numbers. There are 69 white ball numbers in the Powerball lottery. Only 5 numbers can come up as winners, so that means 64 numbers can't come up at all. So for me, I think it should be easier to pick the numbers that won't be coming up than the 5 that actually do. So let me show you how I update the strategies I came up with to help me do that. Okay, so the first strategy is called the game card. Okay, so this is where I eliminate the numbers to reduce the numbers down to 5. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is find out what the Powerball numbers, the winning Powerball numbers were for the last drawing. Okay, so the winning Powerball numbers were the 12, 31, 47, 58, and 60, and the Powerball number was the 23. Okay, so I'm only concerned about the white balls right now. I'm not concerned about the Powerball. Alright, so I have these winning numbers right here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some colors to it. Okay, so the 12 was green, the 31 was green, the 47 was red, the 58 was purple, and the 60 was orange. So again, the 12 and the 31 were green, the 47 was red, the 58 was purple, and the 60 was orange. Okay, so with these 5 numbers, the majority was evens, even numbers, 3 even numbers to 2 odd numbers. Okay, in this column right here, I put down how many colors came up. So I got 4 colors. 4 out of 5 colors came up. And now I'm going to put down my color count of 201 drawings I kept track of so far, and a 4 color combination has now come up 81 times. Okay, so the reason why I do this is you can see that the majority of the time a 3 color combination comes up. So that means 2 colors are not coming up, and that's what I want to focus on here. Okay, so as I look at this last drawing, if you didn't see my video for the last drawing, I said no blue numbers are going to come up, and you can see that no blue numbers came up. So I got that correct. Okay, so I knocked out 11 numbers, and that reduced the odds for myself. Okay, so I'm going to start over here. So I'm going to eliminate all these numbers here, and I'm going to put colors to them. Okay, so here's my color code right here. So this is all red numbers, orange, green, blue, and whatever's left over is purple. So I'm just going to start with these 15 numbers right here, and I'm going to transfer these numbers over here to the game card as red numbers. So I'm going to start with the 12, the 31, the 47, 58, and 60. The next line down is the 5, 14, 19, 46, and 64. And the last line is the 6, 15, 22, 42, and 47. You can see that 47 is already taken. So again, I'm going to make these red numbers. And now I'm going to count how many red numbers I have. So over here I got 3, 4 is 7, 1's 8, 3 is 11, and 3 is 14. So up here I'm going to leave this 14. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to the orange, and I'm going to transfer these 20 numbers over to the game card. Okay, so I'm going to start in with the 4. You can see the 14 is already taken, so the 33, the 39, 61. The next line down is the 24, the 26, the 39 is already taken, the 47 is already taken, so the 57. And then it's the 4, which is taken, so the 8. 46 is taken. 47 is taken, so the 48. And then the last line is the 18, 43, 48, which is taken, the 60 is taken, and the 69. So again, I'm going to make these orange numbers, and now I'm going to count how many orange numbers I have. So I got 2, 1 is 3, 3 are 6, 2 is 8, 2 more is 10, and 2 is 12. So I'm going to put 12 up here. And now I'm going to do the green. Okay, so I'm going to start in with the 35, the 36, 44, 45, and 67. The next line down is the 12, which is taken, the 32, 56, 67 is taken, so the 68, and then it's the 7, 9, 12 is taken, 31 is taken, so the 62. The next line down is the 18, which is taken, the 37, 44 is taken, so the 50, and 64 is taken. Okay, so the next line down is the 26, which is taken, the 32 is taken, so the 38, 45 is taken, the 56 is taken, so the next line down is the 17, 41, 47 is taken, so the 60 and 61 are taken. So I'm going to make these green numbers. Okay, so I got 3, 4, 4 is 8, 2 are 10, and 6 is 16. Okay, so moving on to the blue. What I'm going to do is, just to speed things up a little bit, I've already did the whole game card. So I'm just going to copy and paste this. Okay, so the blue gets harder because I got 10 of these here. And then whatever is left over is just purple. So it turned out that I have 12 blue numbers and 15 purple numbers. Okay, so now I'm going to add up all these to make sure it comes up to 69. So I got 5 10s, which is 50. And then I got 6 and 4, which is 10, so that's 60. Then I got 62, 64, and 5 is 69. Okay, so it all adds up. And I got 14 red, 12 orange, 16 green, 12 blue, and 15 purple numbers. Okay, so why I did this is I want an even number of colors. Because I believe that if I have an even number of colors, it will give me results where I can look at and say which color will not be coming up. Okay? So out of 201 drawings, you can see that a 5-color combination has come up 14 times. So it hardly comes up. So again, that means that at least one color will not be coming up. Okay, so I'm not going to make my predictions now on what color is not going to come up. I'm just going to update, and then I'm going to, when I'm updating my whole system, I will make another video with my picks. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is go to the individual numbers, what I call the individual numbers. So I'm just going to copy this. I'm going to go to the individual numbers, and I'm just going to expand on these a little bit. What I like to do is make this square good for 5 drawings. So I'm going to put down the numbers that just came up. Now what I do here, what I did is I broke this down into 7 different categories here. 7 different groups of numbers, I should say. So I'm just going to reduce this down so you can see the whole card. So again, I got 1 through 9, and then I got 10 through 19, then I got the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s for 7 different groups, okay? Now, the first group of 1 through 9, this is the only one with 9 numbers, where the other 6 have 10 numbers for 69 numbers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some colors to this, okay? So I'm going to bring this back up. And the first thing I have is I'm going to find out how many groups this hit, okay? So the 12 is in one group, the 31's in another, the 47's in another, the 50's in another, and the 60's in another. So I hit 5 out of the 7 groups. And I colored this 5 green. So you could look down and you could say, okay, hit 4, 4, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, 5. Okay. So a 5 group combination like this hardly ever comes up if you look down through the history of things. Mainly what comes up is the 3's and the 4's. Okay, and most of the time it's a 4. Okay, so that means 3 of these groups are not coming up. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to put some colors to this. So I'm going to make this 12 green. I'm going to make the 31 green. The 47 was red. The 58 was purple. And the 60 was orange. Okay, so you can see how the game card and the individual numbers go hand in hand here. Okay, so how I use this is I'm just going to take the example of 1 through 9 here, and what I do is I look for a color that hasn't come up. Okay, so I got red, blue, purple, and I'm looking for green and orange, and here's the green and orange. Okay, so what I'm looking for is a color that hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the what I call the teen numbers, even though the 10, 11, and 12 is here. I see red, orange, green, purple, blue, so they're all here. All the colors are there. So now with the 20s, I'm looking at this and I see purple, green, orange, and now I'm looking for red and blue. So here's the blue, and a red number hasn't come up in a while. Okay, so this is what I'm looking for. Okay, so I believe that a red number is due to come up here pretty soon. Maybe it will be this drawing, maybe it will be the next, or probably within this 5, I'm thinking. So I'm going to go back to the game card to find out what red number is on the game card. And what I have is the 22. That's the only red number I have. Okay, so again, a red number hasn't come up in a while in the 20s, so maybe the 22 is due to come up this drawing. Okay, so that's how I look at things. Okay, so moving on to the 30s. I see red, green, blue. I don't see any orange or purple, so here's the purple. And here's the orange, so I'm going to take a look at the game card to see what orange numbers are in the 30 area here. So I got the 33 and the 39 that may be coming up. Okay, so moving on to the 40s. I got red, orange, green, blue, purple. They're all here, so that doesn't do me any good. So with the 50s, I got 2 purple numbers, red, green, orange. I don't see any blue. So here's a blue number down here. So let me take a look at the 50s. And I got the 54, 55, and 59 that may be coming up here pretty soon. And the 60s, the last one, I got red, orange, green, blue, purple. All the colors are here, so that doesn't do me any good as well. Okay, so that's what I look for. Okay, so again, I'm not going to make my predictions on what numbers will be coming up or what numbers will be not coming up is more important. So this is all updated, and the last thing I'm going to do here for this video is update the Powerball number. Okay, so the Powerball number was the 23. Okay, so blue means that it was low, between 1 and 13, and red means it was high, 14 to 26. Over on this side, this is where I keep odds and evens. So if it was a red number, it's odds, and if it's a black number, it's evens. Okay, so this was odds, so I'm going to make it red. And now what I'm going to do is I like to break things down into 5 because it shows me a majority. Okay, so here the majority was high numbers, 4 drawings to 1. And since the majority was high, I'm going to make this red. Over here, the majority was odd numbers, 3 drawings to 2. And since it was majority of odds, I'm going to make this red as well. Okay, so a couple of ways that I look at this is 4 to 1. Well, what I should say is that the majority of the time it comes up 3 to 2. As I go back into the history of things, you can see how many 3 to 2s there are, okay? And over here you can see it's the same thing, 3 to 2, 3 to 2. This had a pretty good run of 4 to 1s. So when I see something like this where it's like 3 to 2, 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 when is it going to come back up to 4 to 1? And here it is right here. Okay, so what is the next 5 going to be? What is the majority going to be? Okay, is how I kind of look at things. So again, I'm not going to make a prediction here on what Powerball number is going to come up. I'm going to wait till I make my picks, my video picks on that. So everything is updated that I wanted to update on this video. So come back for the next video where I update these groups. Okay, so how this works is you can see that this mirrors the game card, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to update this one, what I call an option card. Okay, so I got 7 of these option cards here. And how this works, or how I like to use this, is that you can see that here with this green there was a 0 here, and that means none of these green Powerball numbers came up for this drawing. So that's what I'm trying to predict. I'm trying to predict where a 0 is going to come up. Okay, so the last drawing here, there was the 12, which is in red, so I had 1 in the red area. And then the 31 is in blue, so I had 1 in the blue area. And then the 47 was orange, so I had 1 in the orange. And then the 58 and 60 were in green. Okay, so all 4 colors came up, and the majority of the numbers were over here to the right side, so I'm going to color this for green. Okay, but the overall majority was red, so I'm going to color the whole square red because the majority was red. Okay, so here when I get 3 hits in a row like this, I color this a dark red. And the 2 hits, I color it a slightly not so dark red. Okay, so I had 3 hits in a row here, so I like to color this green so it kind of stands out. And over here, I had no blue marks. Okay, so here's a blue mark right here. And I'm going to color that 0 black. Okay, so come back for the next video, and I'm going to update group 4, group 6, and group 8, and group 10. Okay, so the reason why I have just even numbers is so I could have a majority of things. Okay, so again, with this last one, the majority was over here to the right side. So that means the winning Powerball numbers, there was 3 to the high side and 2 to the low side. Okay, so if I look at this and I say, wow, there's a lot of green here, maybe this one will be red. And if it's red, then the majority of the numbers are going to be to the low side than the high side. Okay, so again, check out my next video, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, thank you for watching.